Okay, we're going to graph this function, this sinusoidal function, and by doing that we're going to first start by see if we can factor out the b term here, because that 6 doesn't really belong there. So I'm just going to rewrite this with the 6 out in front, open up a bracket, theta minus 30 degrees, close bracket, plus 2. So we have all our values here that we need to graph. Namely, we notice that we have a reflection in the x-axis. This is a factor of 2, a stretch by a factor of 2. So stretch by factor of 2. This is going to be a horizontal compression by a factor of 6. We have a shift, a phase shift, and this is going to be right 30 degrees. And finally we have a shift up, and that is 2 units. So let's start seeing what this looks like. Because it is a negative sine function, the general behavior is going to be down, up, and back down. So before I do that, I'm going to locate my my center here. I'll do that with a blue line, a little bit larger. So it's at 2. It's going to go through here. That's my center line. And the points, I'll do this with larger black dots. Again, it's shifted over by 30, which means that on my x-axis, half of 90 is 45, so 30 is going to be right here. The first point of my shifted graph is going to be right here at 30. And because it's a negative sine graph, it's going to come down. Now, how far down? Well, it's going to come down to 2. But before I do that, I should probably figure out what the period is. Now, the period is given by 360 divided by 6, which in this case is going to be 60 degrees. So 30 plus 60, that means 90 will be where my first cycle ends. So right here. So I have a start and an end. It is negative, so it's going to come down here, go back to the middle, come up to the top. Again, notice that I'm going up to 4, down to 0, because my amplitude is 2. And what I end up with is a curve that looks something like this. Oops. Let's try that again. There we go. And here, again, once you have one, you have them all. I'm just going to paste this here, pop it on the end. Again, same thing. It is a bit off, but that's fine. And then the same thing, pop it on at the end. There you have it. Now, the thing is, they want you to graph this between 0 and 180. So technically, I should probably have my graph. Oops. Let me take this piece, put it over here. My graph is going to go from 0 to 180, which is roughly over here. Again, my graph is off, so this should be coming down and ending right here. But everything else, I'm going to erase it with this white. All of this stuff is not what you want to graph. Same thing over here. You don't want anything in the negative. So the amplitude is 2. The range is from 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 4. That's the topmost point, the maximum. The equation of axis is going to be y equals 2, or just the k value, and the phase shift is 30 right. And that is your graph.